Hello everyone, my reaction to a Citizencon presentation, crafting and base building. As always, this is not a summary. I only talk about things I find important.
With crafting, we're going to give you the tools to create your own loot, to build your own home.
Sounds good, doesn't it? The problem is, in the following hours, CHG didn't show one concrete example. How long does it take to craft a small arm or an armor piece? How easy or hard are the crafting materials together? Nothing. So my guess is CHG still doesn't know themselves.
Well, you can't craft without materials.
Understood, but what does this mean? Let's say I died, I lost my subscriber gear, my body glitched into a moon. How long do I have to look for materials to be able to craft my subscriber gear back? Do I have to camp certain spots for hours?
Adding crafting into the game radically changes your options. You can still mine, refine, and sell your resources, but now you have the option to make valuable and unique items. Weapons, armor, even vehicles and ships.
And again, he doesn't come up with any concrete data. Knowing CHG, this means crafting is still early days, so don't expect anything concrete in the next few years. Yes, we have some crafting in-game, like for example crafting a multi-tool in the Reglema, but this is very crude.
And by valuable, I mean that the crafted gear that you create has the potential to be better than anything you can buy in a shop.
Interesting, but I believe it when I see it in the game. And why should a crafted pistol do more damage than one I bought at the shop? They are using the same cartridge, the same bullet.
Blueprints provide the recipe to perform all kinds of crafting processes, including refining. You can acquire blueprints through various activities. Some you can buy, some you can find, and some can be unlocked or earned in other ways. You can also upgrade your blueprints through research. We'll go into more detail about what this means a bit later.
Don't worry about later, there won't be any concrete examples.
We have a new concept for materials, material quality. Quality is a property we're adding to all resources you can gather. That's an abstract measurement of how good it is at being whatever it is. You can think of this as the purity of a metal, or the ripeness of a fruit, or something along those lines.
Got it. Not only do we have to get our materials, which can actually be fun. I have fun doing this in games like Valheim and 7 Days to Die, but we also have different qualities. Yeah, I guess Star Citizen doesn't have enough time sinks already.
Alongside quality, we're introducing a new item stat system to the game. This will allow relevant properties of craftable items to be affected by the quality of materials used to craft them.
A crafted gun being better than one I can buy in the shop is fine as long as it's logical. A crafted gun can be lighter, can be easier to handle, can be more accurate, but a crafted gun shouldn't do more damage if both crafted and a gun I can buy in the shop are using the same cartridge. But I guess CHG will make crafted guns do more damage.
But some examples would be the damage and fire rate of a gun.
Okay, I thought so. A crafted gun will do more damage even when the crafted gun is using the same bullet, the same cartridge as a gun I buy in the store.
To go even further, researching your fabrication blueprints allows you to build higher tiers of an item with improved base stats.
For a game developer studio in year 13 with more than $730 million and very little to show for, CHG again goes a very complicated way. Why do you always make things so complicated? And why should the crafted gun do more damage than one I buy in the shop if both are using the same cartridge?
You can also craft vehicles. Many of you have already bought your favorite vehicles. You can still benefit from crafting by using an upgrade blueprint to increase the tier of an existing vehicle, including the usual stat improvements and customization.
Again, sounds good. Who doesn't want to fly a tier 5 ship instead of a tier 1 ship? But what does this do to balance? Is this a good idea? And CHG didn't show how long it takes to gather the materials to upgrade a ship, not even some very rough numbers.
Upgrading a vehicle can save a lot of time over crafting it from scratch.
Upgrading a ship can save a lot of time. Again, how much time? CHG didn't tell us anything. This tells me this is very early days. This is a very crude concept, and I wouldn't expect anything anytime soon.
Blueprints are digital. Once you claim one, it is permanently added to your personal library. Research is time-intensive, in addition to the action requirements. It will take time for the research data bank to process your research data and unlock the upgrade. You are also limited in how many research projects you can pursue at once.
It's fine to have a game with deep mechanics, but Chris, this is way too much. Maybe we should all quit our daytime jobs and just play Star Citizen 80 hours a week. In addition, seeing how little CRT has achieved in year 13, can me very skeptical.
We found a beautiful location by a lake. This is where we'll build ourselves a home. To do so, we need some resources and the construction graph card. The construction graph card allows us to survey the land, claim the land in a lawful system, and it allows us to build structures. As we've already found the location and don't need to claim land in lawless Pyro, we can straight dive into building our base. Keep in mind, the following UI is work in progress.
Oh, keep this in mind. If even in your big Citizencon presentation, you cannot show us a video without any jerks, without any lag, I guess this was finished 2 hours before Citizencon.
A survey drone that deploys from the top of the card gives us a controllable augmented view of the land. In the new structure mode, we'll pick a small basic structure and hit construct. For this demo, the construction will be instantaneous. But in the final product, this will take you quite some time.
Notice how CRT doesn't tell us how construction is being done. Yes, with drones, but how are drones building a base? Are we getting more beams?
Fuel power is quick and easy to build, but it requires a constant supply of fuel besides its regular maintenance. If a structure is not maintained, it will halt its activity. Players will need to maintain fuses to keep the building operational.
Do you even realize how silly it is that everything in Star Citizen is now about fuses? Fuses in our ships, fuses in our bases. Come on, be a bit more imaginative.
As we can see, the lights are now properly working. We got atmosphere, and we can start to use the item fabricator now that there is power. Always handy in case we need a fuse. Printing buildings will take some time.
Yes, but how much time? How much time for a small building? How much time for a medium building? How much time for a large building? Assuming enough materials are there.
To recap, what are the essentials for any base? 1. Come prepared, bring the right resources and a construction device with you. 2. Use the resource manager, power generators to make your base habitable and functional. And maintain your base with resources and by replacing out worn fuses. And 3, personalize your base, personal hangar and ship with decorative ER.
Please stop this fuses talk, please, please, please. Overall this looks fine, but CRT didn't say how often we have to replenish energy sources, and CRT didn't say how long it takes to build a small building, a medium building, a large building, and of course, how are drones building? Are we getting more beams?
And it is important to note that once these things are set up, it's not a case of just free resources forever. On key structures like this, there are fuses which will occasionally need replaced, as well as environmental wear which can be fixed using crafting materials. Whilst we're putting these buildings down instantly in this video, large structures like this, they will take some time with the automated construction drones, but the smaller scale base we saw in the previous video, that can be done in a single play session.
Okay, finally some data. Smaller buildings can be done in one single play session. I mean, play session can be an hour, can be maybe 8 hours, but still, that's at least something. Bigger structures will take more time. I guess what we are seeing here will take weeks and months.
Of course, we were going to build ourselves a ship.
Shipbuilding won't be in a game anytime soon because CRT still needs money, lots of money. I wish we could build our own ship designs, but CRT won't let us.
We have some forms of base building which are either still in the design phase or early white box, but we want to share some details. First up, we have farming and ranching.
Remember, according to Chris' 2016 Citizencon talk, we were supposed to get farming in 3.3 autumn 2017, and now, more than 7 years later, it's still in concept. Yay!
3.3. Here's the one. Who knew farming was so popular? So what we're going to aim for 3.3 is farming, sort of the rescue side. Yeah. And then you can hit Tony up about all this here, because yet more fleshing out what we're doing with Stanton, and the anvil carrick, which I think everyone's does this, the 890 jump, right, and the merchantman. So there you go.
In lawful areas, you have varying levels of security provided for you. With max security, you are protected by planetary shield tech. However, in lawless, pyro and the likes, you'll have to provide your own defenses. These come in the form of perimeter walls, shielding, which prevents aerial bombardments, and then a range of automated turrets, such as PDC to shoot down missiles, anti-air, anti-vehicle, and anti-personnel.
I believe all of this when I see it working in the game. Overall, the Citizencon presentation about crafting and base building felt like the whole idea was started a few days before Citizencon. Not one concrete example, everything vague. CRG didn't even show how drones are supposed to build a base. I guess more beams? Knowing CRG, this means this is very early days. I expect very little to see of this in the game in the next years. Maybe small buildings, but big bases, no, not anytime soon. I read a comment, this summarizes how I and many other people are seeing CRG. CRG struggles to implement the most basic rudimentary things, yet constantly talks about these lofty goals, like a builder who promised you to build a mansion, and 12 years later he just got a shed with 2 walls and a missing roof. Maybe this time things are different. I never give up hope. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Camural_SC.